Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be previewing the Houston Rockets Game 3 of the first round against the Golden State Warriors. Houston Rockets trying to take their first lead in this series to make it 2-1 in Golden State and San Francisco. The Warriors play great at home. This is going to be a tough matchup, whether there is Jimmy Butler or there's not. Look, the Warriors are a good team. Stephen Curry is a great player. Pajemski, I would imagine, is all good now, and no longer feeling ill. And that, I'm sure, will play a role into how the Warriors play today. And so that's one thing I would say, to think about. And this Warriors team, even if Jimmy Butler's not playing, you don't count them out. They're still going to play competitive, and they're still going to play hard. We'll see what happens with Jimmy Butler, whether he plays or not. But I'm expecting a close battle, regardless if there's Jimmy Butler or not. This is going to be most of the young guys on this team. This is going to be their first road playoff game. It's a different atmosphere than a regular road game, and I think early on it's going to take some getting used to start off. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of a slow start for the Rockets in this game. But they have shown slow starts against this Golden State Warriors team doesn't matter. They've also shown this year about any lead against the Golden State Warriors that the Warriors have on this Rockets team doesn't matter. We saw in their first match it came back from 31 points. We saw they were down by 20-something points in one game at home, and Aaron Holiday, Jock Landale, Jae'Sean Tate, Nate Williams, and Amen Thompson led a comeback for the Rockets to take it to a 1-point game, even though the Warriors had Steph and Jimmy. And then we saw in Game 1 where the Rockets were down by 22, 23 points and cut the lead down to 3. So this Rockets team, even if they get off to a little bit of a slow start, they can still bounce back pretty easily. Is what I'm saying. Like if it is not a nice start to this Rockets team for the first quarter or first half, I still think this is possible to win. So don't count the Rockets out, is what I'm saying. Now, one thing they haven't done a lot is come back in games that they've played in San Francisco. Most of the Rockets' comebacks against the Warriors this year have been at Toyota Center. Now, there was one comeback that the Rockets had against the Warriors this year. That was when the Rockets beat the Warriors 106-96 at San Francisco, and the Rockets were down by 10 in like the first or second quarter. But that doesn't compare to some of the other leads the Golden State Warriors had against the Rockets at home. Where the Rockets were at home and the Rockets come back and come back from 31 to 20, 23, 22, whatever it was in Game 1. So, but yeah, I think Alperen Sengun has a good night tonight. I'm hoping Jalen Green has a good night tonight, but I don't really want to predict on that because Jalen Green, like I said so many times, has struggles against the Warriors in his career, and I thought that last game for Jalen was a real maybe turning point for his career against this Warriors team, where he by far had the best game of his career against this Golden State Warriors team. Can you see him keep that up? You've seen a couple of good games from Jalen in the past before, against the Warriors like this, but you've never seen back-to-back good games for Jalen Green against this Golden State Warriors team. I'd like to see that. That makes me less confident because Jalen has never really, he's really never had any great games against them before last night or before the other night, and now. We haven't seen many back-to-back great games for Jalen, or good games, against this Warriors team. But I hope that is tonight. But you need to rely, if Jalen were to potentially be struggling tonight, you need to rely on the other guys next to Sengun, like Jabari Smith Jr., like Tari Eason, and who played really well in Game 1. Amen Thompson, I want to see him do more. I want him to be more of a scoring threat. I think the Warriors have a hard time guarding him in the paint. You need to attack more with Amen Thompson. I loved the couple times where Jalen Green drives to the basket, Amen Thompson cuts on the right side, and Jalen feeds it to Men for easy two. Those are the plays I love to see, and those are plays I want to see the Rockets run more, where Jalen Green runs to the basket and Amen Thompson cuts from the right side. And those were two buckets that were early for the Rockets and worked well, and we didn't really see Jalen Green and Amen Thompson do that again rest of the game. I'd like to see more of that. So I think I want to see Amen Thompson do more. I want to see Jabari Smith Jr. and Tari Eason continue to play well. I'd like to see Steven Adams have that game one impact he had. But yeah, so I think this Rockets team, the goal is to win this game tonight, obviously. But you need to win this game tonight. You need those guys to play well, especially if Jalen might be struggling tonight. And I hope he doesn't. I'm not praying for him to be. But you just know with what the defensive success that Steve Kerr and this Warriors team has had against him, for them to have a terrible night against Jalen Green like they did the other night, you know they're going to come back with some defensive changes for Jalen Green, and so that's what worries me. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out.